It's close enough. I'm gonna do Serral for this game because I did special yesterday, but and we're gonna take away. You'll still be able to see the supplies in the top right, but I will do a special game because he's so damn impressive. Already sending out an Overlord. Is that his first OV he's sending out there? Setting up camera locations on each of the bases. That's what you see the camera flipping around. We can't see where his mouse is exactly, but you can see what he's selecting and what he's commanding, and also his control groups. He's already got it. He actually hotkeys his drone, hotkeys the Overlord. This is pretty basic stuff, but this is from the pretty bad today. Actually, really bad today. You can still hear me. Nothing's happening. Alright, so this first Overlord is scouting out towards looking for proxies. Because on this map, your Overlord isn't going to get there very quick anyways. He's actually doing a little bit of mining micro here. In order to stack the drones up and get very slightly more mining. We're talking in the tens of minerals if you do it perfectly. He actually pulled a drone off one of the further away patches instead of the close patches, because that way you get very slightly more minerals. He's actually setting up the pairs of drones so none of them are bouncing around. Which, once again, gets you very slightly more minerals. Not a lot more, but very slightly. This Overlord's sending out, he's actually bringing it back in. But right now, look at that little mining micro there to make sure the drones pair up correctly. And we're going for a 17-16, it looks like. So a pretty conservative pool gas timing here. It's really hard to follow because he's so fast. He's chilling at 350 APM, and we haven't even gotten started yet. He's usually over 400. But I'll try to keep up. If I have to go back, I'll go back. But already rallying drones in. And, I mean, there's not much else to talk about, but the fact he's actually doing mining micro. It's deceptively difficult to do without fucking yourself over, is the summary. He's sending this Overlord to this pillar, I believe. Yep, you can see the indicator. It's actually in the pillar. So he's scouting out the front, and then he's just going to have it on the right side. I guess he's looking for Reapers and Hellions over there, and that's a high ground. I didn't even know that was a high ground. Well, I just learned my new Overlord placement. Okay. How many lings? We got 4 lings on the way. He's hotkeyed them on the first hotkey. And do we pull out a gas yet? Yes, he's already pulled out a gas. Did he have his drones? He had his drones hotkeyed to pull out of gas. Oh my god. He had hotkeys on the drones that he would pull off a gas. And one of those drones is going to make the third. That's how timed out this is. Well, he's actually sending the drone out to go with the third right now because he wants to make sure he's there before Reaper gets there, ideally. Now, he doesn't know there's a Reaper, but, well, he sees it now. Now he knows the third base is safe. I wonder if there's a reason he didn't kill the rocks. He's starting with a creep tumor. That's important to point out. Starting with a creep tumor. Really wants to get that creep spread started. God, he moves his camera around so fast. It's ridiculous. And I mean, like, most pros move their camera around really fast, but with Serral, usually I can keep up, like, even when I'm watching special. And nothing's really happened yet. But if he keeps up like this, I'm going to have to keep pausing, because I can't keep up. Like, he's just moving everything so faster than most pros, even Korean pros I've watched. Like, there's a noticeable you might think I'm just hyping it up. There's a noticeable difference. If I can't keep up and I have to keep pausing for details at this stage of the game, Jesus. Did he cut something to get that third? He didn't make his third queen until after the third base started. And he pulled off a gas immediately at 100. Another queen on the way. He's building only one, though. He's not building from the main yet. And he's prioritizing drones. For the most part. A few more lings are coming out, but that's mostly for the initial Hellions. In case they try to run by. He saw something on the mini-map, right? Yeah, he sees the Hellions coming in, brings the Zerglings in on the other side. Pushes away, taking a scout here, going straight for the SCVs, queues it up. And now he actually managed to split off, get a Ling into the base. And now he's looking for an armory. Is there an armory? Do you have an armory? Where is your starport? The fact that he doesn't have any more factories, a starport, or an armory is really weird, by the way. Like, if I'm Serral, I'm a little confused. I mean, we can see the production tab. I have that so I can see what Serral's doing. But does he know what's happening? Or does he just think there's maybe... I mean, it could be hidden back at the third base, is something to point out. So Serral might be calling his bluff a little bit. Nope, there's a drop in there. I think it was a proxied starport. Yeah, Serral wasn't quite ready for this. 9 drones killed. That's rough. And, oh, look at these Overlord placements. The medevac slipped right through here. I have to wonder if he scouted that, just to go to the special side of things. He did proxy a starport, but I have to wonder if he scouted that with his Hellions and his Reaper to know if there was going to be an Overlord there. Or he might have just gotten lucky, or he was just gambling. Either way, 9 drones and gets all the Hellions out is a great start. All right, let's take a pause here. Now this is not a pause to catch up. This is a pause to talk about the state of the game. He just lost 9 drones. The Overlord has scouted that there's nothing really to follow this up in the main. There's no third. He knows there's a starport somewhere. There's a good creep spread started. The drone count is 32. Lair just started. Baneling Nest is finishing. So where do we go from here? Here's the question. He's not going for any sort of all-in. You're not starting a Lair now to go all-in. The Baneling Nest is defensive. He's making 1 spore. The question is, are we going to go for quicker upgrades, or is he going to try to lean on his Lair tech immediately? There's no Roach Warren or anything like that, so he's playing a little greedy in that sense. This is game 1 of Serral versus Special. I haven't watched the games before. Did you see that there? Sent the Queens to the right. Sent the Lings to the left. Almost instantaneously blocks the left. He saw the medevac. He knows there's something in the main, but he already had the Queen set to deal with this. Unfortunately, the Queen's in kind of an awkward spot. Baneling's on the way. He knew where the medevac was coming in. He sees that the Hellions are coming by. Quick split on the drones. Just trying to minimize damage there. The Banelings come through. Make sure to target him. Gets the Hellbats. The Liberator is sieged up, but 5 drones have gone down. He lost track of one thing. Special is so good at this. Okay, we're going to have to watch both sides of this game, because Special's on point right now. But we're going to watch from Serral's perspective first. I don't know who wins this game. I know Serral wins this series, because he was in the finals. But I don't know who wins this game, and don't spoil it for me. Double NG Bay is actually scouted out. That's a big deal. So what's the choice? He knows, with the double NG Bay, he knows there's no real, like, this is it. This is a Liberator, some Hellions. There's no follow-up coming. There's not a bunch of Cyclones or something like that sometimes happens. He's going into bio, and that was pretty much the extent of his pressure. There's really no other units coming in. So what do we do now? He knows he's got some free time. He's got a couple minutes here where he's not really going to be attacked. He still hasn't chosen Lair Tech yet. It looks like he wants to go for a 4th. He just sent the drone out. Splitting off into gas there. Oh my god, he's so fast at that. How do you do inject, Serral? Jeez, did you see? Let's just watch him split drones into gas. Like, that's what I'm getting all excited about now. The gas will finish in a second. But watch him split the drones into the gas gathers. Just real quick, in a couple seconds here. There's the 4th. Did you see it? It looks like he uses camera location injects. I'm pretty sure on that. Right now he's sitting at 360 APM on average. What's his EPM? So, the difference between APM and EPM, APM is just the amount of actions you're doing. In general. And there are a lot of things. The thing is, if you right-click a Zergling a bunch of times around the same place, that might be 10 actions, but it's not effective actions. Effective actions are different things. Like when you move different units or select different groups of units. It's not just spamming or repeating the same action. What is his effective actions per minute? 200. That means 200 actions per minute are doing something different than other things he's done, essentially. It's not hard and fast, but... And obviously, when you're going this fast, there's going to be some spam, some bleed over. Some of that just isn't registered the same way. Baneling speed. No infestation pit. He's got a lair done, but he's only using it for baneling speed. A ton of creep spread as well. Yeah, it looks like camera locations. It might be base camera injects, but it looks like camera locations. The creep spread. He was actually a little bit slow on that there. That's like the slowest I've seen him on that round of creep spread. Some banelings on the side. He's got, okay, what's hotkeyed in? The first hotkey are these. And his fourth hotkey over here. Now, what are these queens? Are these the same queens? No, these are his... Are these his inject queens? So does he use base camera? It looks like he does. He has his inject queens hotkeyed and his creep queens hotkeyed, which are two different purposes. Yeah, the double Evo was kind of late because he lost a lot of drones. You just need units to make sure you don't lose more drones. Oh, I didn't even see that Liberator coming in. It must have moved by... It moved by the very edge of the Overlord, and he saw it. Alright. Making sure the Banelings roll through on their own. Lost track of the Liberator a little bit, but he got rid of that army. So that's a big deal. Now it's time for an Infestation Pit. If you go without a Hydra Den for this long, usually... Oh, wait, he does have a Hydra Den. Okay. Double drop coming in. Moving the queens back. Moving the army back to deal with the double drop. The queens are going to deal with the Liberators. Actually, he already dealt with the Liberators. He actually kind of stared at that. I'm a little wondering why. But he stared at that drop for a little while. Maybe he wanted to see if he needed Banelings to connect or something. I don't know. Already setting up creep spread, by the way. Oh, what the fuck? One sec. I gotta go back. He set up the gold base and his creep spread, like, while he was off screen. When does he send a drone out to get that gold? Did I miss something? Does he have a hotkey on a drone or something? What? What? I'm sorry, wait, what? We're slowing it down. Okay. Select drones, queen, main. He actually has a selection group on some of the drones in his main. What? I wasn't paying attention. We gotta do it again. Okay. Does he have a drone hotkeyed in somewhere? Okay. I'm staring now. I'm staring at his selections. Okay, he just selected a bunch of drones and brought one off. Just he did it so fast I couldn't keep track. And then, oh my god. It's really hard to commentate because it's like, he's just doing it real fast, alright? And that was slower than regular speed. That was normal speed, not faster speed. We play on faster speed, which is normal speed. He just selected a group of drones really quick, and I don't know. While he knew that he would have to pick up, he looked away from his army. Now that's That's one of the most important things. When you get to higher and higher levels, that becomes more and more important. What he just did right here, this is one of the most important skills at higher level StarCraft. Look, he has this army coming in, and he looks away. He's no longer looking at that fight. The fight hasn't actually started yet, but he looks away the entirety of that small skirmish. And in those 3-4 seconds, he does all this. Infestation pit. Rallies out more units, builds more units. And that group of units is now going to be a few seconds quicker.
Mineral field depleted.
He's already got Lings and Banes back there. If he had ever used the Selecta Army Hockey, that would have been ruined. But as soon as he knows what's going to happen, he looks away. Because there's always more to do. There's more creep spread, more injects. Hold position on those for some reason. Or stop position, I'm not sure. He's got the Hydras. He's going for the infestation bit. The muscular augment takes the fight at the front. Takes the fight at the back. Defends the back. Defends the front. He focuses his attention on priority targets. Creep spread. Taking down the rocks. Counterattack to the left side. Continues to recreep. Opens up some opportunities on this side. Still has some units at the back. Hive is on the way. Making Banelings. Rolling through. He lets the Banelings try to connect. Pulls back as soon as the Banelings are gone. Another round of creep on the left side. He has a couple seconds to spare. I think he's just clicking on the minimap for that. That's how we do it. Hive is almost done. What is the drone count? He's at 83. There's no reason to make more drones. Runs the Zerglings in, though he has to know those are going to be scouted. It doesn't really matter. And immediately wins the fight, recreep. Hive is on the way. More creep, more creep, more creep, more creep. It's so hard to follow. Checks that medevac real quick. I think he just split off 1 or 2 Hydras. I'm not 100%. That left side sees the tank, backs off. Hive's done. He's already got a drone ready for the Ultra Cavern. Gold base drop at the back, right? He's actually missing a drop a little. Yeah. He actually pulled his units away from that one. It's punishing him now. Too many tanks. Pulls back. This drop, well, he had a few units back there. Only loses a couple drones. There's a double dropper, a double liberator in the main. Special is on top of it right now. But there is an Ultralis Cavern on the way. Special is stretching him to the limit. Oh, those tanks. You can feel the pressure. He's actually slipping. That's how good Special is. He's slipping. There's not enough. Gets the counterattack, sees that he's going to have to kill the SCVs. Doesn't really care about the Lings past that. Just make sure they're useful. Alright, just target it down. He's got it. Ultra's on the way. Adrenal glands. Oh, wait. He doesn't have it. That's important to note. Good he saw that. Just going to make a bunch of Banes up there, maybe. Liberators come up. Awkward positioning. He may have to pull a few Hydras back. The Vipers are on the 2 hotkey, replacing the Inject Queens? Wait, which Queens did he replace? He's got all of his Queens from all of his bases on a single hotkey now, roaming around. He doesn't want to commit any of his army to dealing with things like Liberators, so he's got all his Queens. So I have to assume he uses base camera injects. Or maybe camera location and base camera, but because otherwise he would really struggle injecting his hatcheries with the way he's got his Queens set up. We'll try to take a look at it. But the Vipers are here. He's still on the creep for a few moments. The squares make this kind of annoying to engage into, though. Here we go. He's bringing in the top flank, just controlling the Vipers. Somehow crushes that. Beautiful blinding clouds. And defends the Liberators. He's making 3 more drones. He's already at 84. That might just be reflex. Like, I want to fight, I make drones. Everybody. Like, that's a Zerg reflex right there. I don't even think he wants more drones right now. Maybe a couple more to build, like, spines and spores. But now, the one thing that's lacking is creep spread. Now, notice this. He replaced his Creep Queen hotkey with Vipers. So he no longer has a Creep Queen hotkey. And now his creep spread is starting to suffer. So he prioritized, I need the Vipers more than I need the Creep Queens on this hotkey. But that comes at the cost of not having the creep. Of course, he got a massively good engagement in that location, but you can actually see the noticeable difference of priorities there. Now we're about winning fights instead of just holding on to the creep, is the difference.
Metamorphosis complete.
Chitinous plating is done. And he uses default announcers. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to use different announcers in WCS. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Doesn't really matter. He has a big army on the left side as well. A lot of banelings, and he tried to skirt the sensor tower here. He's coming in. He's looking for the preemptive blinding clouds. Oh, I don't know about that engage, though. This... yeah, I think Serral was starting to rethink it. But he set up the banelings on the left side. He did miss the Liberator. The one thing he's lacking is Overlord coverage on the left side as well. There's something coming in on the right. Has he split off units yet to deal with it? The Zerglings have run all the way through to the main. There's a drop on the left side. So thankfully that Spore Queller's in place. He got a few lings through. The Liberator going to be shut down, but on the right side it looks like there's another Liberator. He's losing a lot of drones on either side, but he's immediately remaking them. He still hasn't looked at whatever it is on the right. I don't know what that is, but it's not killing drones, it looks like. I want to go... what? It's an SCV! That's why he didn't get a notification there, because there's an SCV. Why? What? I would love... Now, I seriously, incredibly doubt that was intentional out of special. I very seriously doubt that. But if he sent that there to potentially distract him... I would love if that was the tactic. Like, he's gonna see this red dot and be distracted by one SCV. I don't think so, but I would love if that was true. Another Liberator siege is up. If you pull with the Viper from far enough, it unsieges the Lib. If you don't pull it far enough, it remains sieged. That's a point to make as well. But he just has the Hydras there. A bunch of Banes in the main. I'm not sure why he's making them in the main. Does he suspect a drop there? Those are kind of far away. Catches some tanks on the other side. Still really expanding towards where he has creep. He's really struggling to expand where he doesn't have creep. That's a lot of Vipers, though. I'm not playing this. I'm busy. He's forgotten about the lings in the back, by the way. I don't know if forgotten is the right word. The EMP is not quite there. Gets the blinding clouds. The ghost definitely surprised him, though. He wouldn't have come in like that if he knew the ghosts were there. But I don't think Special expected that. Just microing through. Okay, I need to unselect. Building. Re-hotkeying. Counterattack. Flanks from the back. Gets a few more kills with the Banes from those Zergling flanks. But he can't go through with the Ultras right now. Even though he's up by a lot of supply, you can't really attack it on this map very easy. Re-creeping. Another round of lings. Vipers are already went back. I don't even know when he sent the Vipers back, but apparently he did. I didn't notice that.
Mutation complete.
More... There are two things going up to the top right. Double drop. He's already split off some of his units. There's an Ultra on the left, making this a lot more difficult. Drones, Spore, Spine. He's still at 85 drones. Massive economy Zerg throughout this. The Viper's going to look for the Abducts or the Parasitic Bomb. Maybe a little bit of both. And immediately going to start sucking up that hedge. A lot more Banelings. Holds down the E key or whatever he uses. Going to do a concerted attack towards the right. He's got some on the left as well, but he has a lot of Ultras, and he has the position now because he's shut down the drops. The Vipers are behind this fight, I think. He's getting a little split here. He's trying to make sure the Banelings go through the front. No blinding clouds yet. The Ultras on the left side going for this planetary. He doesn't kill the planetary, though. An important point. That's enough Banelings to kill this. And he's going for the SCVs as well. He's trying to box out. He's boxing out with Banelings. Because if he used the Banelings on the planetary too early, the SCVs could repair. And if he tried to chase the SCVs, then the Ultra wouldn't necessarily kill the planetary. So he boxed out the SCVs with the Banelings. Oh my god, the base camera injects. He just went all through. Consumes. That Ultra is dangerously low. I think he just pulled it back even. I'm not 100%. No, no, he didn't. Okay. Still an army on the left side, making sure he has this to deal with drops. Oh, special with the hot pickup. He knows the. Oh no, that's a big mistake. Though he's still way ahead in supply. But without the Vipers, the tanks become very effective, and the Ultra's kind of stuck there. Serral, he's working on the left side. The Blinding Clouds, they're there, but oh, the Ghost splits, incredible splits out of special. But I think Serral, there we go, GG. What are base camera injects? So I'll show you how to do it. Base camera injects because there is a base camera hotkey. All right, it's default on backspace, but if you're actually going to use it, I will now. Look at me, I'm the Serral now. But if you have your queens hotkeyed, so I use camera location injects, which I'll show you a camera location inject. Say my main base and all of that. And I hotkey the first 4 bases. And this I do this for all the races, not just for Zerd. But this is how... Oh my god, his queens are at such low energy. I'm Serral now, look at me. But this is camera locations. And you can do it pretty quick. But... do I have the right queens hotkeyed? But if you use base camera... Wait a second, I gotta rehotkey it. It doesn't work on backspace. Wait, or does it? No, it doesn't work on backspace. Let's say you rehotkey it to... a lot of people use space, is the one. Yeah, nobody uses that, so... So if you have base camera hotkeyed, you select all the queens, press the inject button. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. I haven't done this in a while. Shit. There you go. You gotta alternate the inject clicks. But essentially... And I just injected all the hatches. If I had the energy and the queens were there, I just injected all my hatches. So I'm pressing the inject hotkey and then base camera immediately after. And it stays on your camera, so you can just hold it in the center. And there you go. And you can do that, but the thing is, if your queens are far away from some of your bases, they'll start run. If you don't have enough queens, and they're not close to your bases, they'll start running around trying to inject other bases, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if you can lose control of your injects pretty quick. So it can be dicey. Do you guys want to look?